I recently published my first book, Some Dark Holler, and I've been getting emails from readers requesting signed copies. I wanted to come up with a unique way to do this for them that didn't involve me keeping tons of copies in storage at my house. Being a history buff, the idea that appealed most to me was creating a bookplate. Bookplates are a time-honored way to either sign or show ownership of a book. Authors have used bookplates for centuries. I wanted my bookplate to be unique and handcrafted. So many things in our modern digital age are mass-produced and disposable. If I was going to develop something that fit my idea, I knew that I would need to utilize technology of the past. So I asked my friend, Ammon Anderson, a printmaker, for help. Ammon is an incredibly talented artist, known for his depictions of historic Mormon temples. He creates his artwork by carving it into a layer of linoleum mounted on a block of plywood, then inking that image and printing it onto paper, kind of like a rubber stamp. If modern graphic design on a computer is like listening to an MP3, Ammon's artwork is old school, like a vinyl record. As soon as I pitched the idea to Ammon, I knew he was the guy for the job, and I was even more excited when he invited me over to film his printmaking process from start to finish.
It really is an old art form. This is how like people in like the 1800s would have put an image in like a newspaper. They would carve it out of wood or out of metal on something really flat or a stone. Soapstone is like a really common medium. So like you would carve your picture and like you'd have all the little type backwards. Then you'd ink the whole thing and it would become like an article with an image.
Ammon began by drawing a concept for the bookplate art. It features Samson, the hellhound from my story, with Ephraim, the protagonist, in his shadow. Alright, Ammon, so how do we get the artwork onto the block?
We are going to use a chemical process using acetone. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to melt the toner that's in this printout, which is at 60% black. We're going to melt it so that it melts right onto the top of this block. So, and it'll also give us our reverse image, which is what we're really looking for. Because we're using acetone, I'm going to use gloves. Because I do not want this soaking into my skin. We're not using like, it's not like fingernail polish where it's like little, this is like straight acetone. Where fingernail polish has like a bunch of other stuff in it. You don't want to apply a lot of pressure. We're just going to let the chemical do the transfer.
After doing the chemical transfer, Ammon fleshed out the image with a Sharpie before starting the carving.
What I want my lines to do is I want them to be like big and thin, like go to thin and then big again, like that. See how it like has like some organic to it? This is how you show depth inside of a two-dimensional image. The way you do that with something like a gouge, so this is a really small gouge, is by cutting deeper, and so it makes the cut wider.
Okay.
So a really shallow cut, if you look here on my print here, right? Let's see. See, these are really shallow cuts right here.
Yeah.
Really shallow. Whereas like other places, like this line even right next to it is really like a lot thicker. That's all based on the depth of the cut. This is it, the moment. So, we're gonna pull like a virgin copy off of this to see how we like our carve. The key here is to get really thin ink distribution, really thin, which is why we use glass, because it's easy to distribute it on. And then what you're listening for is the right texture of the ink. Do you hear how it's making the sound?
Yeah.
So,
That's it?
That's it right there.
Gotta listen to the ink whisperer.
You gotta listen to it. So the first pull is gonna be garbage. It always is. But we start to see what we have, which is the cool part. We're just gonna do it on this. Because we don't want to waste a piece of good paper. Because the block right now is what we call thirsty. So it's gonna
Absorb some of that?
yeah, it's gonna absorb a bunch of the ink.
Okay.
Okay. That should be sufficient. Is that kind of what you're
There
hoping
it
for?
is. Yeah, man. Dude, that's awesome.
Look good?
Yeah. Holy cow, that turned out so cool.
What we need is we need a video on your face because
Right?
you got a big grin on your face.
That is awesome,
Okay,
man.
let's make another couple of prints.
It goes without saying that Ammon really delivered the goods. You can see how pleased I am by the look on my face here. One of my favorite things about this type of artwork is that no two prints are exactly the same. Each one picks up a unique bit of character from the carved block. Ammon is currently printing up a limited number of these, and they're for sale on my website. So if you'd like to own a handcrafted piece of artwork to go with your copy of Some Dark Holler, head on over to lukebosserman.com/bookplate and get yours now.